Simon Ekpa has ordered Nigeria's military no more checkpoints in the southeast ahead of December 2nd Biafra declaration. And we heard about the shootout coup in Abia State as of this morning. What do you have to say concerning this development in relation to the Biafran development? I'm talking about the independence, supposedly independence on 2nd December 2024.
Yeah, thank you for that wonderful question. I believe it is too late for the government to retrace their steps and to dialogue with the Biafra government in exile. Now, one thing is that this Biafra agitation, it is not a crime for anybody to agitate, but the government has failed to dialogue with the Igbos, and now you see that Simon Ekpa is now becoming a lord in that region. People have now beginning to reach out to Simon Ekpa to drop this agitation, but now I think for me it is too late for him to drop this Biafra struggle and agitation. You see that the people in the eastern region have now come out to say that we no longer want checkpoints in our region, because the government of the day had made people familiarized with checkpoints. To some extent, they won't be afraid of the checkpoints anymore in the southeast. Buhari did it, Operation Python Dance. The people looked and then smiled over that. Now, Tinubu again, at every interval, there is checkpoint in southeast. And now, the people have stood up to say a lot of its checkpoint in the southeast. Bringing checkpoints to where there is no crisis, that means the government is ready to kpai these people. But where there is insecurity in the north,
Yes.
and just of recent, a new terrorist group just spring up,
Yes.
and now look at us, and the government is not ready to send army to invade those regions.
Yes.
But what has the evil man done to deserve all this injustice and then marginalization in the southeast? Look at Simon Ekpa. Who has given him that audience? It's the government, because these people you fail to dialogue with now. These guys have now become strong to the extent that now nobody can stop the Biafran agitation. Look at it. That the mothers, the fathers, and everybody are now in support of the Biafra agitation and struggle, because the government of the day have failed to reach out to the Biafra struggle. Look at now, the people have now disbanded all the checkpoints in the southeast. It shows that the presence of government, it shows that the government of the day has no presence in the southeast. And of the December 2 declaration, everybody who has said that Mazen Abganu shouldn't be fighting for the Biafra struggle, Simon Ekpa should have stopped the Biafra struggle. Look at it now. They are now waxing stronger. Mazi Abganu, who initiated the struggle, is behind bars, as he was incarcerated for 3.5 years. But now the government has still not gather evidence to jail Mazi Abganu. So if Simon Ekpa feels that he no longer wants checkpoint in the southeast, he has right to dismantle it, because what is the present of all the checkpoints in the southeast?
So you are talking about Simon Ekpa dismantling checkpoints in the southeast. This is the question. Simon Ekpa, as presently now, is in Finland. Does he have, how do I put it, the power, or does he have the government is in charge of the military, talking about the Air Force, the Army, Navy, DSS, and the police? What kind of power does Simon Ekpa have over the people? Number one. Number two, who elected him? This is the question. Who elected Simon Ekpa to speak for the Igbo people?
My brother, you don't have to elect someone to speak for you when you see that your people has been marginalized.
Yes.
During the South African apartheid, nobody elected Nelson Mandela. Nobody elects freedom fighters. Freedom fighters will stand their ground, and then freedom fighters are there to speak against the injustice and maladministration of people. Nobody elected Odumegu Ojukwu to fight for his people. Nobody has elected Omole Sowore to speak against the injustice in Nigeria, and then nobody elected Nnamdi Kanu to speak against the injustice that the Igbos are. The government had every time to redeem and then reach out to the Igbos, but because of the greed, they felt that why would they reach out to the Igbos? But now Simon Ekpa is moving the Biafra struggle globally. And now let's not forget that the current chief of staff, no, that the chief of staff to Donald Trump, he knew Donald Trump has announced his name, was formerly a Biafra lobbyist. So it shows that Biafra struggle to some extent is actually in the corridor of Donald Trump once he assumed office. And the Igbo marginalized, the answer is yes. And the Igbo tired of one Nigeria, the answer is yes.
Yeah, what is the way out? They are tired, they are marginalized. What is the next step for them to take?
The next step now is Simon Ekpa said December 2nd they would exit the country officially.
Yes, I'm looking at the fact that we must put this in to and fro. There are still Igbos in Nigeria Senate. There are still Igbos in the army, the police, the custom, the FRS. There are still Igbos in the I'm talking about ministers of development. Igbos are still governors. Because yes, we are hearing Simon Ekpa and everything. Do you think that I'm talking about the Igbos themselves, their leaders politically, that they are ready and they are working with Simon Ekpa on this December 2nd Biafra declaration?
The only set of people who are not working with Simon Ekpa are the political class Igbos. But the average man on the street, on the Igbos, they are tired of the frustration in the country. And now one thing I want to say is that Simon Ekpa said that he will not achieve Biafra with a barrel of gun. It is through diplomacy. He said so now. Ojukwu fought the war. Yes. Nobody is fighting the war for the Biafra to enter the country. Now, there are stages in life. He said he will push the Biafra struggle to the global world by meeting with international diplomats to reach out an agreement so that they can exit the country.
Yes.
But that one Nigeria would never work, just like what Omole Sowore said. They said it is too late for Nigeria to reach out to the Igbos, but because already the Igbos, their mind is out of the country, of this consumption called Nigeria. Look at a country whereby our fundamental human rights is being trampled on.
Yes. A
country that does not say anything positive on the Igbo man. Then why don't you allow the Igbo man to leave the country? If you believe that the Igbo man would never be president, if you believe that the Igbo man will continue to be slave in the country, why don't you see this avenue to allow the Igbo man go? And for the military checkpoint, my brother, in Southeast, is there war in Southeast? Is there war in Southeast?
I'm looking at the fact that I'm trying to cut it short. You have seen the fact that in the north, where there are more insecurity, there are less. I don't know about the northeast. There are less checkpoints. There are less checkpoints. But in the east, where there's still a relative stability, there are more checkpoints. What do you think would be the cause of it? And again, do you think it's one of the reasons why people that Simon Ekpa come out and say enough is enough?
Thank you for that wonderful question. I believe it is sentiment that is actually making those checkpoints to stand.
Yes.
Because where there is more insecurity, there is no military presence there. Where there is less insecurity, virtually half of the military in Nigeria are in Southeast now.
Yes.
Just to stop the Biafra declaration called December 2nd. But one thing is that the government has failed to understand that the Biafra struggle did not just emanate today. The Biafra struggle, the Biafra itself is an ideology, and no matter what it takes, you cannot win an ideology.
Yes.
Because this is what the people believes in. A child who is born today might stand up tomorrow and still agitate. How old was Martin Kanu when Ojukwu fought the civil war? How old was Ekpa when Ojukwu started the Biafra struggle? But today they are here championing the struggle. It shows that the government on its own has created a lacuna for dialogue. The government has created has created a vacuum for dialogue, and now government is not paying the price. Government is not paying a penalty for it. I think if the Igbos are saying they want to go, it will become an headache to the government, because if the Igbo leaves, my brother, you know the implication that the Igbos are not living. We just started. They are living with about 6 to 12 states, the entire south, and now and the oil and the crude oil, the present region that feeds the country now is the south. If there is no south, there is no Nigeria. So they are living with the crude oil. So it shows that Nigeria will now start all afresh again and start digging for crude oil. And you know what that means now.
So you are crossing home. I'm looking at the fact that you said south. There are states like Akwa Ibom, there are states like Cross River,
Bayelsa.
There are states like Bayelsa. Do you think these are continental states with different tribes, Ijaws and Eket, all these different tribes? But I'm looking at the fact that you think that these states will follow the Eagles in their Biafra quest in 1 minute.
My brother, I don't need to say that anymore. During the civil war, yes, the second in command to Ojukwu was from Akwa State, Philip Effiong. He ended the war after he ordered a ceasefire. Yes. So, and the war, the Biafra has already conquered already. Before what was this man name? No. Who advised the one not to feed the people? I told them that you cannot win this war if you continue to feed your enemy, and that was where the feeding stopped. Yes. So already they've conquered it. So you know that all the coastal line belongs to the Biafra nation. And then as it stands now, I can beat my chest that if tomorrow Biafra exits Nigeria, my brother, all these regions will follow suit.
Okay, thanks for coming on this wonderful platform. It's nice having you, and God bless you so much. Thanks.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, good morning, Mr. Christian.
I'm on Ekpa. Get people that are lobbying for Biafra, and it is a plus. The way Samantha is going international, and it seems he's making this agitation a serious international issue by employing international lobbyists to make sure that Biafra is recognized at the world stage. Let's get a reaction.
No, thank you for that wonderful question, the anchor of this great platform. First and foremost, I want to say Samantha has come out to say, or has outlined countless times, that he said that the Nigerian government cannot win Biafra with a barrel of gold for the second time. Now when he said that, see, Nigerian government cannot win Biafra with a barrel of gold, it means that nobody needs to die for them to exit Nigeria. Now, Ojukwu fought Biafra in a different dimension. Now, Mazen Mikanu did it via his own dimension. So Ekpa is taking it globally. And now, we've seen world body recognize Biafra. We've seen the UN and then some other global body have come out to endorse the Biafra struggle. So kudos to him, it is a plus. Some persons have come out to say that Ekpa should be discredited, the likes of Ohanes Ndigbo and that of the Southeastern governors. But my question is that you said Ekpa should not be taken serious. Then who should be taken serious? The government who is who is not willing to protect our people? Is it the people who have refused to speak up when the Igbo man has been marginalized in the country? Is it the same governors who have become a tools in the hands of their Fulani master? So for you to even have a character like Samonepa and Nnamdi Kanu to have come out to say enough is enough, that we are tired of this contraption called one Nigerians. It shows that these people have this mindset that see they can no longer be the slave. So for him to have even gone as far as to hire lobbyists that will speak on behalf of Biafra in the world in the UN summit, to me it's a plus, and that alone the voice of Biafrans will be heard globally, and the voice of an Igbo man is also being heard globally. Now let me take it back the line. When Southern Sudan and South Sudan wanted parted ways, nobody killed each other. Nobody go through the route of violence. It was done amicably. So Samonepa is doing it amicably for him to convince world leaders that this thing is possible, and why the government of the day, the present government of Nigeria, are not seeing it that way. Thank you. You can also
should the government, should the Nigerian government be worried about people?
Why would they be worried? The same people have sent assassins to kill Samonepa. Now only he has escaped. So see, one thing about it is that the government of the day, they are panicking. There's panic. You know what it is now? Say a particular tribe, a major tribe, to exit your country. You know how an Igbo man is. You know the investment of an Igbo man is in the country. Now imagine in Nigeria without an Igbo man. Let's just imagine that. I mean, dominance. That means the Hausa man would now dominate virtually every government parastatals in Nigeria. So now the reason why the Igbo man is still believe that's Nigeria is because the Igbo man is still in the contraption called Nigeria. But eventually, if the Igbo man leaves, my brother, the Yoruba man will know the true meaning of Nigeria, and then we now know who owns Nigeria. Just like what Angobula said, he said they are not scared of the Igbos parting, exiting Nigerians. That was what he said. He said they are not scared. Indirectly, that means the other tribe would not have sense of belonging in the country, and we know it. I know it too. And every man now has the spirit of dominance. You cannot dominate him. If Fulani man has the spirit of dominance, for you to dominate him, it will take ages. In terms of population, you cannot dominate them. So one thing is that Ekpa foreseen this whole thing. That was why he championed this Biafra struggle. And now, gradually, it is now becoming a reality in this contraction called Nigeria. Now, there are some Igbo men are even tired of the system called Nigeria, just because they feel their brother is still in president. Man, my brother, I can bet you, come 2027, the Yorubas will be championing the Republic more than the Igbo man. I can bet you that. That I'm very certain of. Agitation. Yes, we will championing because it is certain when their president, when their brother is being kicked away from the presidency, already there is a plot, and which he himself cannot escape. The president himself knows that there is a plot, and then the big shots in the north are forming alliance. You know it. RFI, a powerful influence in the north, is not in the league. Sorry, is not in good terms with the president. And now nobody can take that factor. What Ekpa did, or I see that made President Tinubu emerge as the president via his own influence. And then we have also the likes of Angulai, which is the chairman of the Northern Order Forum. He said post that election that the Northern Order Forum supported Tinubu, but come 2027, Tinubu will not get their support. So what does that mean? Now what? So now if the average left person is not given the vote, now where will they get the vote? It just come by 2027. The same thing the universe have tagged the votes for. Now they will be the master mind of it, because I can bet you by 2027 Yoruba will stop, and that's the slogan that will continue to trend, is that we are tired of the country, we want to follow the suit of the government and exit the country. And then the government now will not take them, tag them for being unserious, because now that the government is struggling for the exit, we are saying the government is not serious. There are claims that the government is not serious, but I can bet you when the system will also catch up with you, then you will know why the government has been championing to exit. Thank you for always coming.